Blessings guys, Alex Angelo with you. Welcome to my channel and my page, and today I'm here to create another hopefully useful vlog for you about, again, the spiritual guidance, of course, and the spirituality. So in my previous video I was talking about the aspects of spirituality. I was talking about the law of attraction, and in today's video actually I want to talk about one of the experiences that I personally have experienced. And by the way, in all my videos, all the spiritual techniques that I gave you, that I share with you, I can say that personally I have experienced them myself and I have used them myself. And as I explained in my previous videos, how I usually approach is that I read a lot and I try to take the theories of different kind of authors, the theories of different kind of esoterics, spiritualists, and like the spiritual guides or life coach, and then I try to create my own practices based on that. And today actually the subject is going to be very interesting and very useful, hopefully for you, again, if you are willing to actually work on your dreams through the law of attraction to attract the desired outcomes and the desired goals of yours. So one of the most important things in spirituality is actually the sense of the intention and the sense of the faith. And when we have them together, then everything is possible, basically, because our subconscious mind has kind of the sense of vibrations that is deeply related to the universe, and that's how the law of attraction works, basically. In other words to say, like, whatever we believe, mainly we eventually tend to attract it in some form. But one of the things about the law of attraction is that the more specific you are about your goal, the more specific probably your goal will be achieved. In other words to say, as I said earlier and in my previous videos, the sense of intention is very important when you're doing any kind of spiritual techniques. And today's video is actually going to be about affirmations. Yes, affirmations is considered one of the most useful and also one of the most popular ways in manifestation. And as you know, there are tons of manifestation techniques like 777, 333, 555, you just name it. You can find them all on the internet. There are plenty of resources on this subject. But the first thing about the affirmations that we have to know, affirmations actually accumulate different kind of spiritual, let's say, that aspects together. The first thing about the affirmations and the manifestation techniques is deeply related to numerology. Why numerology? Because as we know in numerology, every number has its energetic vibration, right? So when we use the numerology in manifestation techniques or in affirmations, what we do is that we activate those vibrations by repeating them over and over again, certain number of times, certain number of days, and eventually that becomes a new program that our subconscious accepts. And that new program starts creating our reality, in other words to say. So today I want to give you actually a very specific technique that I personally used and tried, because I tried different type of techniques of manifestation and affirmations. But the one that really fascinated me and really worked for me specifically, again, you can make your own technique based on the subject that I'm actually sharing with you, but I'm going to specifically share with the one that I used in my practices, and it actually started giving me pretty fascinating results. So there are certain rules that you have to follow when you are actually doing the manifestation or affirmations, and if you follow those rules like correctly, then trust me, you will be able to see the results in a short period of time. But again, as I told you, it is very important to have the sense of intention. That is number one thing. The second thing is the faith. And these two together actually will reinforce the energy of your affirmations, will multiply the energy of your manifestation techniques, and eventually help you see the results. So let's go. So first of all, one of the most important things that you have to know about the manifestation or the affirmations is the number of days you have to repeat them. And some people, even some of my clients that I've been working with for years is like, well, I tried the affirmations a couple of times, but it didn't work for me. But it's because there was no sense of consistency. So, and as we know, consistency and discipline is very important in this case as well, just like in everything else in life. So one of the most important things that you have to remember is that affirmations or manifestations techniques should not be repeated or should not be performed less than 21 days at least. Why 21 days? I will break it down for you as well. First of all, as we know, according to psychology, 21 days is exactly when the habit is getting formulated in your subconscious mind, whether it's a bad habit or a good habit. So in order to be able to turn the affirmation, that information that we keep repeating to ourselves, into something useful, and to actually put it into our subconscious mind, we need the keep up with the consistency and repeat the affirmations or the manifestation techniques no less than 21 days. Why 21 days? Because first of all, again, as I explained, the psychological aspect of it earlier, also there is a spiritual aspect of it. So the 21 days is actually, 21 is considered one of the sacred numbers in Kabbalah, and it's basically a Jewish esoteric learning, in other words to say. And Kabbalah says that 21 is a sacred number because it's deeply related specifically to Keter and to the energy of I am, basically. So when you repeat the affirmations within 21 days, what you do is that you activate basically the ties between the soul and the body together, and that of course creates some additional energy and some additional power that helps you to create your reality according to the Kabbalistic sources. But also you need to understand that by repeating the positive affirmations, what we're doing, or the positive manifestation techniques, what we're doing is that we are reprogramming our subconscious mind, and we are getting rid of the inconfidence, we're getting rid of all the doubts that's just holding us back, and instead we are actually recording a new and much more useful program into our subconscious mind, which eventually starts attracting our reality. It's the same thing about being negative. If we're gonna speak bad about ourselves daily, and if we're gonna be very negative about things happening around us, and if we're gonna get stuck on negative things happening around us, so guess what? We're gonna most likely attract the negative outcome or the negative situations more. So it is important to actually keep up with the repetitiveness, with the consistency of reciting affirmations at least 21 days at least. You can do it more than that. You can do 30 days if you feel like actually it starts giving you some sort of results. How you're going to actually notice the results? You're going to start noticing that your worldview or life view is slowly changing into more positive ones. You're going to notice more positive things going on in your life rather than negative, and you're going to be more focused on those positive things, which is, of course, as I told you, will start formulating a reality and help you to actually see those changes, transformation going on in your daily life. You will see new people or the kind of new surrounding that you're going to have at some point with the people of a positive vibrations, people of a positive energies, like-minded people, spiritual people like yourself probably. You will start noticing little things, and over time those little things actually will get bigger and bigger and bigger, and of course you are most likely by the end of the techniques or the manifestation techniques or affirmations that you're going to keep on repeating, you will notice very big changes going on in your life. You will start attracting different kind of situations that will be very beneficial for you. You will start attracting different kind of people that will be very helpful for you, that will be very beneficial for you. Your lifestyle will drastically change for better, and etc., etc., etc. So this is number one rule of how to correctly recite the affirmations. They should not be done less than 21 days. That is an importance of it. And the second thing, again, as I mentioned before, there are different kind of manifestation techniques that you can use for yourself, like 777, 333, 555. I mean, there's a lot of them. There's also Nikola Tesla's manifestation technique. Also on the internet, you can find it. I believe there's tons of them. But the thing is that no matter whichever of them you choose, try to make sure that the repetitive patterns of the affirmations is no less than 21 days. That is number one rule. Number two, which is actually, as I told you before, specifically this technique worked for me because I tried different techniques, different type of affirmations and techniques, and eventually I found that actually this one specifically working for me, and I'm going to share it with you in case maybe it's going to also help you and it's going to also start working for you as it did for me. So the number of affirmations and how many times you have to repeat them. So we know that we have to repeat them no less than 21 days, but also in my case, I decided to start repeating them 33 times a day. 33 times a day. I mean, it depends on you whether you can do that in the morning right after you wake up, or you want to do this before you go to bed. At the end of the day, you got to make sure that the consistency of the number of repetition is the same. 33. Why 33? 33, according to numerology, is another sacred number, which is the number of spiritual awakening, which is the number of spiritual growth. And for example, as we know, in Christianity, Jesus's age when he basically vanished to the heavens was 33. This is actually this is the number that actually when we get into the sense of spiritual awakening and spiritual growth. And usually when the people come to their 33 years old, a lot of things start changing in their mind. They start seeing things differently than they did before when they were 24, 25. And that's why it is considered that 33 is considered another sacred number according to numerology and some of the religious or even spiritual learnings. So 33 times by doing this by repeating the affirmations, the positive affirmations, depending on your goals, depending on your desired goals, 33 times in the morning or before you go to bed, it would really help you to get that positive information, get that positive programming into your subconscious mind faster and kind of lock it up there, which is actually a good thing in terms of that it's going to, again, as I told you, add up the energy, add up the vibrations onto your affirmations and manifestation technique. So why it's better to do that in the morning right after you wake up or before you go to bed? Because first of all, when we wake up, our defense mechanism of our conscious mind, as we know, we have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind, and the filters of the conscious mind is not fully awakened, which means that the access into subconscious is still there. So, and then when we repeat those affirmations 33 times, for example, within the 21 days in the mornings right after we wake up until our conscious defense mechanism or conscious filters are fully activated, then we are going to be able to lock the information in our subconscious mind faster and in a better quality. The same thing before you go into bed, because after we come from work, usually, after the long day or the day is about to over and you feel sleepy and you want to go to bed, so try to take like a moment or two, a couple of minutes just to repeat those affirmations 33 times before you go to bed, because that's exactly also when the defense mechanism of the conscious mind weakens up after a long day because we feel kind of tired, and the access into subconscious mind is actually more basically accessible. The subconscious mind is more accessible, and you can put that positive affirmation or that manifestation affirmation into your subconscious mind much easier. So I'm going to actually give you a brief explanation and brief description of this specific technique under my video, and I want you to try it. I want you to try it at least just with the sense of focusing on your desired goal. It can be different kind of goals. It can be attracting someone into your life that you want to have a partner. It can be changing your surrounding. It can be changing your habits. It can be anything. It depends on the affirmations that you want to formulate. And also there are a couple of little rules about the affirmations. Never ever use the word or don't or do not or not in affirmations. Like our brain usually, our subconscious mind usually does not accept the word not. So like, let's say that if you want to attract somebody into your life and you want to be happy with this person, or you want to attract the positive surrounding, do not say I don't attract negative people, because this is not going to work. What you're going to do is that your subconscious mind does not accept the word not, and so the subconscious will interpret it like I attract negative people. That's why we need to always always formulate the affirmations in a positive form. I attract positive people. I attract positive partner. I attract the love of my life. I attract people who are aligned with my energy, the people who are aligned with my spirit. So like, again, I'm just giving you a small examples of the affirmations that you can actually formulate and create for yourself. And I actually highly recommend it to you, because in my previous video, as I said, that's what I do as a spiritual life coach. So I read and take all the theories of the spiritual guides or the spiritualists or the esoterics and etc. And then I try to actually analyze it and create my own techniques based on their theory. So, and this is how I find my own way aligning with my spirit. I find my own way aligning with my subconscious mind. And of course, I find my own way attracting what I want to attract into my life through the affirmations or the manifestation techniques, and with the help of the law of attraction, of course. And again, you may not even believe in those words or in those phrases when you actually recite them over and over again. The most important thing is not to be even like get stuck on this and force yourself to believe in them. No, the most important thing is the consistency of 21 days of repeating them and 33 times at least a day, in the morning or before you go to bed. But again, as I told you, it's not a rule. Like, you can use and you can find your own techniques of doing this. I'm just giving you this example because I personally use this manifestation technique, use this affirmations like with a certain amount of times and certain amount of days, and I started seeing the results. And that's why I wanted to share this experience with you. So guys, and also now I would like to know your opinion actually. If you ever used affirmations, and how did the affirmations work for you? What have you learned? And have you found your own way actually kind of performing affirmations or the manifestation techniques? I want to know what you think about it, and I want to know more about your experiences, because that would also be helpful for other people to be able to see your experiences and also compare their experiences with your experiences, and maybe even take some sort of examples, some sort of notes from you as well. And just before I finish, I wanted to say that affirmations has become very popular nowadays. But of course, as we know, the affirmations first been brought up to the public by the popular Louise Hay, and in her books and in her basically records, she highly recommends affirmations to reprogram the negative information that might have been stored in our mind or in our subconscious mind since our childhood because of our traumas and etc., and to turn them into more of a positive aspect that can be useful and beneficial for us in our future, and this way of course heal our subconscious mind, heal ourselves as well. So guys, I mean, I hope that you found this mini blog very useful at some point, and again, feel free to share your experiences with me down below in the comment section, and also feel free to like this video if you found the information useful and beneficial for you, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be working and creating a lot more spiritual and esoterical content for you that can be useful in your everyday life and to help you also to achieve your goals. Thank you so much for your attention, and stay blessed.